How's it going everyone? Chris here with the last episode of my Black Ops weapon guides for the LMG category. This time I'm going to take a look at the Stoner 63 or XM22, which is an American light machine gun developed in the 60s by Eugene Stoner, hence the name Stoner 63. So in real life it was used in Vietnam by the American Navy SEALs. And in Black Ops it's available as a classified LMG, which means you have to buy all the other weapons before you get to unlock this classified Stoner 63. So it means you've got to wait till level 21 and then purchase all the other weapons, the HK-21, the RPK and the M60. So like most of the light machine guns, the Stoner 63 serves up 40 damage, which makes it a 3-shot kill at both long and short range. If you can get a headshot in there, it reduces that shots to kill down to 2. A pretty fast sensor speed makes the recoil pretty moderate. It's actually got the same figures as the HK-21 with like mostly an upwards tendency. The reload time is actually the quickest of all the light machine guns at 3.20 seconds or 3.80 seconds for empty. The fire rate is the fastest of all the LMGs at 937.5 rounds per minute. That's the same as the FAMAS, the AUG. And the Stoner has a typical 30 round magazine size. So basically the Stoner 63 is a little bit different to the other light machine guns. It's more of an assault rifle than an LMG, both in its looks and some of its stats. But basically it's an assault rifle on steroids. It's definitely got some beefed up stats in comparison to the assault rifle, but it has some of the similar traits. Like I mentioned, it's got the quickest reload time, which is slow in assault rifle terms, but pretty fast in relation to the LMGs. Unlike assault rifles, the Stoner 63 has the typical trait of LMGs where it doesn't have a drop-off rate, so it makes it a 3-shot kill at any range. The sensor speed is pretty fast, so it's got that pretty moderate recoil, and it's got a normal magazine with a 30 round magazine size. So all in all, it's got the best features of both the assault rifles and the LMGs in terms of damage and fire rate. So it's definitely a great weapon to use. I managed to get quite a good few games with it. You are a bit of a disadvantage in that you still move pretty slow, and the aiming speed is quite slow, like all the LMGs. But I think the extra damage that you get from long range shots kind of makes up for it. So let's take a look at some recommended perks to use when equipping the Stoner 63. First up, the scavenger perk is probably required. The overall loadout for the Stoner isn't too large, and even with extended mags, you'll find yourself blazing through the ammunition, especially with that super high fire rate. And if you're on a kill streak, you often run out of ammunition and have to try and find a weapon to pick up to get the higher kill streaks. Otherwise, the second perk choice, you might want to consider Warlord. This will allow you to equip both the extended mags and an optic of your choice. We'll talk about those in just a second. And like all the light machine guns, the Marathon perk just helps reduce the effects of that overweightness. Having to lug around this heavy weapon, it makes your character very slow. So the Marathon perk cuts out the delay in between sprint times, just allowing you to constantly sprint all the time. Helps you get around the map a lot easier. So attachments wise, one of the best is probably the extended mags. With the high fire rate, you find yourself blazing through the magazine pretty quickly. A dual magazine isn't available for the Stoner, but extended mags is, which increases your magazine size from 30 rounds up to 60 rounds. With the LMGs having pretty slow reload times in comparison to assault rifles, it's handy to be able to reduce the amount of reloading you need to do, so the extended mags does that. Otherwise, the iron sights aren't too bad on the Stoner, but you can get away with connecting more shots with an optic. You might want to consider either the red dot sight or the reflex sight. They're both exactly the same except for the visual appearance. I think the red dot sight takes up less visual space on the screen, so that might be a very slight advantage, but the reflex sight does look better. So it depends whether you want to go for form or function. So basically, equipping both the extended mags and an optic of your choice just helps make the Stoner an all-round weapon. So it's definitely one to give a try. You don't tend to see it used very often. It's definitely got one of the better sound effects to the weapon. The fire sound really sounds quite meaty and very nice. So give it a try. Let me know your thoughts on it. That's the end of the episode guides for the LMGs. So the only category left is the SMGs. So I'll get on with creating guides for these. So thanks for watching. If any of these guides gave you some useful tips or inspired you to use these weapons, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up or a like. It really helps get my videos out there and helps share them with others, so it'd be really appreciated. Otherwise, subscribe to stick around for these SMG guides, and I'll catch you all later.